Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Morelli Field in Melrose for this Intercity Baseball League Championship, a best-of-5 game series. We're very grateful to all the ICL teams and fans who participated throughout the year. This year's finals matchup is between the Andre Chiefs and the Lexington Blue Sox. This will be the 8th time the Chiefs and the Blue Sox meet in the finals, the first time since 2016. That season ended a 6-year consecutive finals run against each other. All games in this best-of-5 championship series will take place right here at Morelli Field. Games 1, 2, and 3 are tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday. And if necessary, Game 4 will be Friday. Game 5 will be on Sunday. All games at 8 p.m. The first team to win 3 games will be the 2024 Intercity League champion. We hope you'll be able to join with us and bring a friend and enjoy all the baseball action which lies ahead. Our umpires for today's game. Our plate umpire is Sam Finn. Our base umpires are Jim Byrne and Bob Bland. Let's do the rest for yeah.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Bruce.
And
Sam.
Sam, okay.
And Mark.
Okay, great.
And Rindy.
Yep.
Bruce. Oh, Bruce and Sam.
First game I do was against the Andre Chiefs. Yeah, so it's the first time I've seen them in 2 months.
Lexington's home.
Yep.
Yes. 1, 3, 6, 7, 5.
Oh, Mark, is there a part in the script that says that? Okay, great.
After they're done out there.
Players go line up on the line.
They didn't want introductions of name individual names, which is
The birthday party. Well, makes them go fast. They're running all over the house.
Just announce them when they
That's fine.
come up to
But
the
they
bat.
scream up. Run up. Makes them run fast. I think it does make you run fast.
transfer it over to
Just do the anthem and then get into it, I guess, is what we're gonna do, essentially. All right, sounds good.
Got it ready.
Yeah, once they're done with the,
I'm saying I have it ready,
Yep.
so
All right.
say it. We'll play it.
sounds good. Just make sure your screen's not dark now. Just
Oh, wait.
yeah. Taking that part out of it, does make our jobs a little easier.
Yeah, I was in charge of that when I was doing the Americans. I announced and I also played music.
That's what he was asking me to do, and I said, do that if you want. Alright, so here are some names I don't have on that list.
Okay, can I just look at the options? Sorry. Do you mind?
I think DCU's Juba.
Yeah, Shuba.
No, he said Chuba. I asked Chuba.
Shuba.
Yeah.
Z, yeah, look at it like a ZH rather than a J or anything like that. So what do you need?
I don't think I have. No, I don't have Baldario.
98 is his number. Nick is his first name. They actually have that on the bottom of their lineup card, which is so convenient.
Yeah.
But I can fill you in. But all right. So Bova, Joe Bova, number 3, right field. Miles Reed. Yep.
I'm okay once I get rolling here.
That sounds good.
The problem is the startup.
Yeah. Just waiting for this to finish. And then
Which 69 is it?
that's Teddy.
Teddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Teddy.
His sense of humor is exactly what his jersey number implies, just so you know.
Wait, what is this? Oh, he's number 69.
Eddie's married, Eddie's a father.
61.
Love you, Teddy, in case you're watching the VOD. All right, go ahead. Here we go. Wait for it.
Put it on.
We'll let him announce it.
We now welcome our teams to their baselines and invite all of our fans in attendance, if you are able, to please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and her peacekeeping forces deployed around the globe for the playing of our national anthem.
Do not adjust your computer or phone or television screens. This is not a rerun. This is not ESPN Classic, Blue Sox Baseball Network Classic, LSP Classic, or anything like this. This is, once again, the Intercity League Championship Series from Morelli Field in Melrose, Mass. Between the Andre Chiefs and the Lexington Blue Sox, the first time since 2016, after a span of these two teams meeting 7 times in 8 years between 2009 and 2016. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Blue Sox and the Chiefs 1-2 in the final Intercity League standings, and the Chiefs well rested after sweeping the Melrose Americans in their semifinals, and the Blue Sox holding off the Middlesex Expos in maybe kind of an unexpected fashion for those two teams, as the first 2 games were decided 1-0, and then the Blue Sox offense just completely blew the Expos out of the water in games 3 and 4, culminating in that 14-4 shellacking in the decisive game 4. It was the third time in about 10 days that the Blue Sox had faced Dan Shaw, and after 125 pitches and 7 2/3 innings in game 1, he was not able to even get halfway through game 4 to try and keep the Expo season alive. And here are the Blue Sox and the Chiefs meeting in the ICL Championship Series for the first time in 8 years. Here's the starting lineup for the Andre Chiefs. It'll be in their traditional maroon jerseys with the maroon caps and the white script and the white numbers on the front and back. Joe Bova will lead things off in right field, followed by Miles Reed at second. Teddy Juba is behind the plate. Hector Peo is at third. Mitch Schroeder, former Blue Sox, is at first. Byron Woodman is the DH. Nate Witkowski is at short. Tyler Ferdinand is in the left. And Nick Valdario rounds out the 9-man lineup for the Chiefs in the center, with the Chiefs ace Silas Reed getting the nod in game 1. For the Blue Sox, a little bit of a shakeup here, and it's been a shakeup of each of the last couple of games, in fact, for the Blue Sox in the postseason. Jeff Costello returns to the leadoff spot for the Blue Sox in center field. Followed by Anderson Jimenez at third, Ben Leonard, the extra hitter, Julian Alvarez, the DH, Justin Bosland in right, Dom Gabardi in left, Josue Feliciano at first, Dylan Walsh at second, Charlie Walsh at short, and Max Dushy rounding up the 10-man lineup behind the plate, with Michael O'Brien ready to take the mound in game 1 of this championship series.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Lexington Blue Sox, number 44, Michael O'Brien. And leading off for the Andre Chiefs, number 3, Joe Bova.
So here's Joe Bova to lead things off, the right fielder for the Chiefs, having a quick word with Sam Finn, the home plate umpire, former Blue Sox pitcher. We'll get the assignment behind the plate for game one. We are ready for some baseball, some championship baseball. The Blue Sox back in the ICL Championship Series and the Chiefs in the Championship Series for the second consecutive year. The defending ICL champions after coming roaring back against the Expos last year to win their first ship in 9 years. 2014 was the last Chiefs championship before that. First pitch, 8:04 up and in to Joe Bova. We are underway in the 2024 ICL Championship Series. Lefty on lefty here, and O'Brien, the son of Boston College football head coach Bill O'Brien, gets Bova to foul this one off to even the count at 1. Bova in the regular season / 328, 459, 466 with 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, and 10 ribbies, 13 walks to 10 strikeouts, and 4 steals in 4 attempts. Gets a called strike 2 there. It is 1-2 to the Chiefs right fielder, and strike 3 called to begin the ball game. 1 up, 1 down. Here is Miles Reed, the Chiefs' second baseman. Reed / 393, 458, 590 in 19 games, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, 15 ribbies, 7 walks to 7 Ks. Takes outside. Did not attempt a stolen base in the regular season. In the semis against Melrose, just 4 for 9 with a double and 3 ribbies. In 2 games, did not even play game 3. He is ahead of Obi here, 2-0, and fouls that one off. 2-1 the count to Miles Reed. Reed in his second season with the Chiefs. Grounds this one up the middle, and that'll get through into center field for a 1-out base hit. So Spida picks up the 1-out single, and now it'll be one of the toughest outs in the history of the Boston Amateur Baseball Circuit. Teddy Juba, who's actually getting the start behind the plate tonight. Good for him. 5th hit of the postseason just now for Miles Reed. Teddy is, for the most part, alternated catcher and DH duties the last couple of years for the Chiefs. Going to try and bunt and pulls back, and it's a strike. 0-1 to Thaddeus. Meredith and TJ in attendance to root Dad on. As it's skied into left field, reaching and unable to haul it in is the Blue Sox left fielder Gabardi. Reed took a hard turn around third and now puts on the brakes. It's fired back in. It is a 1-out double for Juba to make it second and third.
Now batting for the Chiefs, number 61, Hector Pellet.
Here's Hector Peo, the third baseman. Huge chance here for the Chiefs. The corner infielders, Jimenez and Feliciano, will come in. And Peo comes up empty for strike 1. Peo in 18 games, 1020 OPS with 12 RBIs and 8 doubles. But no home runs. 2 for 6 in the first 2 games of the American Series, with a couple of singles, a walk, and 3 Ks. O'Brien delivers, and a swing and a miss at a high one. It didn't even look like Obi's best fastball there, but it is 1-2 to Peo. O'Brien getting the start tonight. Probably going to be O'Rourke game 2 and Draper game 3. When talking to Chris Wannett, earlier tonight. Here's a grounder to the left side. This will get the run home. Here's the throw to first in time for the second out, but an RBI as Reed comes in the back door to make it 1-0 Chiefs.
Now batting, number 39, Mitchell Schroeder.
So that'll freeze Teddy at second. An all-important first inning run for the Chiefs. And here is Schroeder, a former Blue Sox. Swings the first one and fouls this one off for strike one. Schroeder played 9 games for the Chiefs this year, 469, 500, 719 is slash line with 6 doubles, 1 triple, and 12 ribbies, including 5 in the regular season finale against ADSL. 1-1 is the count to Schroeder. Mitchell got his only 2 hits of the semifinals against Melrose in Game 3, going 2 for 4 in that one with 1 RBI. And I'm actually going to take that back. He had 3 hits in the American Series. For whatever reason, the home run in Game 2 was not logged as a hit. Hopefully fix that soon enough. Last pitch was a foul ball to make it 1-2, and that one's down and away to make it 2-2. So a 1-out single by Reed and a double by Juba, and then the ground out 6-3 by Peo brings home 1 run, and Schroeder hoping to cash in with 2 down to extend the lead further before Silas even has to throw a pitch. But that'll be a full count. The count will be 3-2 with a ball in the dirt with Byron Woodman due up next. With first base open, Tay doesn't have to worry about running on this one. And this will be fouled off. Schroeder out in front of that one. Remains 3-2 to Mitch. OB in the regular season pitched in 4 games. As that is outside for ball 4, and the inning continues. Good battle there by Schroeder to prolong the inning and picks up the walk.
Now batting, number 25, Byron Woodman.
Obi pitched an inning in 2/3 against the Chiefs on July 15th. That was a game the Blue Sox eventually lost 1-0. Allowed 1 hit and no runs and no walks with 1 K in those inning in 2/3. That'll be down low for ball 1 to Woodman. Obi did not pitch in the Expos series. An inning in 2/3 against Andre was the only one of his outings, but he did not go 3 innings. 3 each against the Sabres, the Al Thomas Athletics, and the Middlesex Expos in the regular season. Count is 1-1 to Woodman. That's in there for a strike, and the count will be 1-2. Byron played in 18 games in the regular season with an .804 OPS, 5 doubles, 1 homer, and 14 RBIs. Obi delivers. Grounder to the left side on a hop to Charlie onto Dillon for the out that retires the side. The Chiefs get 1 run on 2 hits and leave 2. Half inning the books, Chiefs 1. And the Blue Sox coming up.
So we go to the bottom of the first, and Silas Reed getting the start on the mound for the Chiefs. Silas, a force in the regular season, 5-0 in 8 appearances, an ERA of .365, 38 in the third innings, 22 hits. This may be the one bugaboo though. 10 runs allowed, only 2 of which were earned. Also walked 22 and struck out 64. So he's not unhittable. He also threw 8 wild pitches and had a whip of 1.148, but otherwise great numbers all around. You hope that those unearned runs don't come back to bite
pitching for the Chiefs, number 41,
championship
Silas
series,
Reed.
this game.
Leading off for the Blue Sox, number 9, Jeff Costello.
Jeff Costello leading things off, swinging at the first pitch and fouling it off for strike 1. Costello returning to the Blue Sox this season. Only played 3 games in the regular season and actually only got one at bat, 0 for 1, had a walk in a game against, and was hit by a pitch in that 20-0 win over the base. In the postseason series against the Expos, that would be. As there's a grounder, there's Miles Reed on to first. A fortuitous skip up the pitching mound straight into Miles' glove, crashing up the middle to try and cut that one off, and he's got the first out of the bottom of the first.
Now batting, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
Costello in the series against the Expos was 2 for 8 with an RBI, no extra base hits, 2 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Both those hits came in Game 4. Here's AJ taken high for ball 1. Jimenez, 317, 386, 444 is slash line in the regular season, but it was really late in the season where he started to turn things up offensively. He hits this one to left field for a base hit. Sounded like his bat kind of shattered in his hand, was able to drop it into shallow left for a 1-out single.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, number 16, Ben Leonard.
Is that even, is your audio even coming in? I think we might be a little too far away from the mic, actually.
No, that's all right.
All right.
It's, I'm listening through the window.
All right, fair enough.
I was a music major, so acoustics are a thing.
And speaking of mics being off, I realized I was on the ambient all this time, at least in this half inning. Hi, folks. You criticize someone else's audio engineering, your audio engineering yourself will also be worthy of criticism. Isn't that always the way? Here's Leonard. Tying run at first here in the early going. That'll be a ball. Leonard, a 946 OPS with a double, triple, and 8 ribbies in the regular season. Grounds this one to the right side. Reed to the shortstop for 1. On to first, not in time. The 4-6 fielder's choice gets Jimenez for the second out.
Now batting for Lexington, the designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
So it'll be up to Jules to keep the line moving. Jules' bases clearing double in Game 3 might have been the turning point in that series. That's a strike on the very outside edge. 0-1. basically double tied the game at 4. The game of the Blue Sox actually won 10-5 with just 3 hits, and one of them being Jules' double. That'll be high for a ball, and the count will even at 1. Jules was 0 for 3 through the first 2 games of that series, and then was 2 for 6 in the next 2 with that double and 4 ribbies overall. Runs scored and a walk as well. That's a strike. Throw down to second. Reed trying to stretch out to haul that one in and get the tag in the process, but no such luck. A stolen base for Ben Leonard, but in the process, that was a called strike 2 on Alvarez. So 1 and 2 the count to Jules, with Leonard now in scoring position. And we'll see if Jules can cash in and even this game at 1 before this inning is up. Reed looks at second, comes home with it, and that is down and away for ball 2. 2 and 2 is the count to Jules. Leonard getting his lead off second, and time granted as Reed was coming set. Two and 2 is the count. Reed to Alvarez. Here's the pitch. Jackknifed Jules a bit, and it'll be a full count. Justin Boslin due up next, if Jules can get aboard. Payoff pitch. Here it is. Fouled off. Do it again at 3 and 2. The lefty, Justin Boslin, waiting his turn. It's Alvarez, who has hijacked Rick D'Angelis' number 25 jersey for the last several years now, awaits the 3-2. Out in front of that one and fouls it out of play. Got in on the handle there. He's going to need a new piece of lumber. That's a swing that you like to see some swagger out of Jules there, but again, out in front and bat handle splitting in the process. So, going to do it again at 3-2. Leonard still at second after that stolen base. Payoff pitch once again. Here it is. Swing and a miss at a high fastball for strike 3. Side retired. The Blue Sox leave 1 with no runs on 1 hit. Chiefs 1, Blue Sox nothing after 1. Witkowski, Ferdinand, and Valderio, the bottom three hitters of the Chiefs order, due up here in the top of the second against Michael O'Brien. And that'll be high for ball 2. 2-0 is the count to Nate Witkowski, the Chiefs shortstop. Will be allowed 1 hit on 2 runs, 1 run on 2 hits, plus a walk in the first, and now he's behind the leadoff man here in the top of the second. 3-0. There's a strike on the outer edge, 3-1. And Valderio will go to work. Fouled off. Or no, it's in front of the plate, and that's a tough call there for Witkowski. It looked like he hit him in the batter's box. That would be a foul ball. Or now, wait, and now is Sammy Finn calling this a foul ball? Now he's going to the base umpires here to have a quick conversation. That did look like it hit Witkowski in the batter's box and then ricocheted in front of the plate off of him. So that would be a foul ball. So we're either looking at 1 out or a full count here. And it is, in fact, a foul ball. So it's 3-2, a reprieve, at least for now, for Witkowski. But that did look like the right call, at least from my vantage point. I don't know if it looked any more like a fair ball for you folks from this angle on the camera. It's only slightly above my head right now. It's right next to me. But I don't know if that looked any more like a fair ball to you. But again, looked like it kicked off Witkowski in the box. That's a foul ball. Obviously, someone's not going to be happy about that call in the end, but if the Blue Sox get their way, they can get leadoff man in the end anyway. So let's see what happens on 3-2 to Witkowski. Well, there you go. Battling back from 3-0-2 is Obi to get the foul tip into the mitt for his second strikeout.
Now batting, number 7, Tyler Ferdinand.
Here's Tyler Ferdinand, the Chiefs left fielder. So for the second consecutive inning, the Chiefs leadoff man is retired on strikes. Ferdinand thinking about bunting his way on, and they'll appeal to third, and no offer there. So it is ball 1 to Ferdinand, the left fielder. Ferdinand steps away from ball 2, 2-0. Tyler played in 10 games the regular season, hit .400 with 9 RBIs, and was 4-4 in stolen base attempts. He's going to step back, and that is a strike, 2-1. In the semis against Melrose, 3 for 10 with 2 runs, 2 ribbies, 1 walk, and a stolen base. Going to try and bunt his way on here and fouls it off, and from 2-0 now to 2-2. Bounces to the plate, another full count here for Obi. Pitch count is one of the things that may have doomed Dan Shaw and the Expos in the end in Game 4, even on normal rest. But a couple of pitches bouncing at the plate after coming back from 2-0 to 2-2, and can't let a speedster like Tyler Ferdinand off the hook that easily. And I'm not sure if Sammy Finn got the worst of that in the end. He seems to be hobbling a little bit, but hope he's all right. Friend of the program. Going up to first base umpire here to see if he can walk it off, buy himself a little time to keep it going. It would be one thing if, a base umpire gets hurt, but when the home plate umpire, if he gets hurt enough to have to exit the game, then you got another level of delay on top of that when that happens, because one of the two base umpires is going to have to put on the home plate gear. But if they don't have that available, then at the point where you might have to call balls and strikes from basically behind the pitcher's mound, and you only should have to do that in an absolute emergency. Ferdinand with a walk. Here's Nick Valderio, another speedster, another bunt candidate here. as he takes on the outside corner for strike one. These guys at the bottom of the Chiefs' order, you know, they can come through, swinging the bat when they need to with runners on base, lay one down, or try to bunt their way on for a base hit. Here's a fly ball into right. Boz has it for out number 2. All that, nothing for Valdario. And now the lineup turns over for Bova.
Now batting the right fielder, Joe Bova.
Bova struck out looking to begin the ball game. Swings and misses at the first one for strike one. O'Brien with a strong year. Tufts this year. Pickoff attempt at first by Dushny. No tag applied as Swen just trying to make sure it didn't go into right field there. 1-1 is the count with Ferdinand. One out walk still at first with now 2 down. And a swing and a miss. 1-2 is the count to Bova. Oof. Good spot. But no call. 2-2. Miles Reed due up next. Runner goes on 2-2, pitches a ball, throw down to second. He got him! Dush does it again, and the side is retired. Even with an offline throw coming across the bag, Charlie Walsh to do the swipe tag to retire the side. Still 1-0 Chiefs after a buck and a half.
Leading off for the Blue Sox, number 29, the right fielder, Justin
Bosland,
Bosland.
Gabardi, and Feliciano due up here in the bottom of the second for the Blue Sox as Boz takes outside for ball one. Max Dushny with another caught stealing to end the top half of this inning, and now 1-1 is the count to Boz. Big cut and a miss by Boz, and the count is 1-2. Popped up. Teddy giving it a look and hits off the fence. Remains 1-2 to Boz. Bosman played in 11 games for the Blue Sox in the regular season. Was only 2 for 20 with a double but drew 7 walks. So a 100 batting average becomes a 438 OBP. Fouls this one off. Count remains 1-2. Boz was 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch and a stolen base in 3 appearances in the semifinals. Outside to pull even in the count at 2-2. And the count is now full to the Blue Sox right fielder. Just high for ball 4, and Boz picks up the leadoff walk.
Now batting, number 22, Dom Gabardi.
Leadoff man aboard for the first time for either side tonight. And here's Gabardi. Righty on righty. Boz bluffs off of first, and that is strike 1 taken by Gabardi. Gabardi in 10 games of the regular season was 8 of 19 with 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, 5 ribbies, and 5 walks. And he's behind 0-2. In the semis against the Expos, he was only 2 of 7. Both those hits coming in the final 2 games of the series. No RBIs, but did draw 4 walks. OBP of 455. Excuse me, 1 of 7 in the semifinals. That one gets away from Juba, and up to second goes Boslin. So runner now in scoring position for the Blue Sox. Again, 1 for 7, no ribbies for Gabardi in the semis, but 2 runs, is what I meant to say, and 4 walks to have a 455 on base percentage against the Expos in those semifinal games. Reed looks at second. Boz going back and forth like, sliding back and forth like on a Nordic track, and it is 2-2 now to Dom Gabardi. Josue Feliciano on deck, and I think he's having fun looking at Boz's footwork there from the on-deck circle. Time granted. Reed holding it a long time, trying to see if he and Juba could get a read on Boz there at second. I'm sure Boz trying to get a read on maybe the signs from Juba there. 2-2. Jammed him, and he fouled it off to stay alive. Some filthy tail in on the handle of Dom's bat there. Two again, upcoming. Swing and a miss. The pitch gets away from Juba. Only play will be to first. And on the play, Boslin goes to third. So 1 down, and the tying run 90 feet away. They do complete the strikeout, though.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano.
So here's Sway with a chance to pull the Blue Sox even. Sure, some of us might be thinking he's going to try and lay one down to bring home Boz with good speed. And the first baseman's in on the grass here, and he nearly got plunked for ball 1. First baseman Schroeder already in on the grass. Peo over at third, standing on the lip as well. And that time he got plunked, and oh boy. Sway, well, we already saw tempers nearly boil over between the Blue Sox and the Expos in the semis, and in the early going, already some extracurriculars. So here's Dylan Walsh.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4, Dylan Walsh.
So a walk and a hit batsman, wild pitches in fact, have runners at the corners, but does put the inning-ending double play in order for the Chiefs to possibly get out of this one unscathed. 0-1 is the count to Dylan. Wide open hole, though, on the right side for the lefty. If he can smash one through the box, Sway bluffs off of first, and that is outside for ball 1. In 21 games of the regular season, Dylan with a 1020 OPS, 5 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 11 walks to just 6 Ks. Teddy trying to frame it there, bringing it back down, but Sammy Finn ain't buying that one, and it is 2-1. Walsh in the semis against the Expos, though, was only 2 for 9, no walks. 1 run scored, 2 ribbies. 3-1 is the count now to Dylan, with Charlie due up next. Bosland at third, Feliciano at first. That's in there for strike 2, 3-2. You send Sway here. Well, you got a runner at third. Bosland can sneak in the back door. See what happens. He does go. The pitch is outside for ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 11, Charlie Walsh.
2 walks, hit batsman, 2 wild pitches. Bases loaded, 1 down. And Charlie Walsh with a chance for a huge hit. This may be Silas Reed's first postseason with the Chiefs, but Teddy Juba has been down this road before in every league imaginable around these parts, and he's the right guide here through these dark and scary woods. Up and away for ball 1 to Charlie. In 16 games, Charlie only had an OPS of 687 in the regular season. Did have 12 hits on 300 batting average. Fouled off, just didn't cash it into extra bases very often. Only 1 double. That was against the Chiefs in the game that was suspended and then completed. And the Blue Sox eventually won 7-1 after trailing 1-0 after that game was suspended due to rain. It is 1-1 to Charlie. Below the knees, and it is 2-1. Charlie was 3 for 12 of the semis against the Expos, including a double and 2 runs and 2 ribbies in game 3. So stole a base in game 4. 2-2 with Max Dushney due up next. There's a grounder, and that'll be a foul ball as Schroeder tried to scoop it and maybe turn a slick double play, although it might have been a tough sell to get the runner at home, even if he did get the out at first in the process. So still 2-2 the count to Charlie Walsh. Reed delivers. Fouled off. The Blue Sox batted .276 as a team in those 4 games against the Expos. Jake McElroy led the team in batting in that series at .455 with a .1236 OPS, but he's not in the starting lineup tonight. This will be over the shortstop's head into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores, and everyone else goes station to station. We are level at 1. RBI single for Charlie Walsh.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, number 7, the catcher, Max Dushny.
Charlie with the RBI single plating Boz. Feliciano now at third, and Dylan at second for Dush. And I mentioned Jake McElroy, the top hitter among players played in all 4 games in the semifinals for the Blue Sox. Second best, the man at the plate right now, Dush, 375. That bounces to the plate, hits off the backstop. They'll try to get it in one motion, and Sway is safe. It is 2-1. Another wild pitch comes back to bite Reed. The Walsh is now at second and third. 1-0 the count, still with only 1 out. The double play taken out of the equation right now. And so the corner infielders, Schroeder and Peo, come in. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Dush, 375. All 3 of his hits in the semis were singles, but also drew 3 walks, drove in 2 runs, and scored 2. A swing and a miss. Sometimes you just can't get too cute. You got to trust your good stuff, and in the case of Silas Reed, that is his fastball. And the count is 1-2 to Dush with the leadoff man, Jeff Costello, due up next. Dylan Walsh at third, Charlie Walsh at second. And Sauce going to step off here, and Teddy wants to cycle through the signs again. Downstairs, and then that gets away from Teddy. He doesn't know where it is. 1 run scores, a wide turn by Charlie at third. He holds there, but Dylan scores, and it is 3-1, and a 2-2 count now. Feel like that could be a pass ball on Teddy. I'll have to get the scoring from Bruce, but I'm not sure if all these could be wild pitches, but Teddy uncharacteristically losing sight of it completely. It kicked to his left over towards the corner here, the backstop, and didn't look that direction until it was too late, but a swing and a miss on a high fastball by Dushny will set him down for out number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 9, Jeff Costello.
Lineup turns over for Costello, who grounded out to second his first time up in the first. Reed coming set and delivers, and fouled off by Jeff for strike 1. Costello, former Gatorade State Player of the Year in Massachusetts, LHS, BB&N, and Northeastern. Former ICL batting champ. He's behind here, however, 0-2. Costello, much like the man who assumed his throne at LHS in the as the quarterback of the Minutemen and also the captain of the Minutemen baseball team, Sal Frelick. This is grounded to second, scooped up there by Miles onto first, and that'll retire the side. was started out as a infielder, but transitioned to the outfield, and obviously didn't hamper his hitting ability one bit. However, he grounds out there to end the second inning. 3-1 Blue Sox after 2.
Leading off for the Andre Chiefs, number 3, the right fielder, Joe Bova.
So, Silas Reed's command betrays him in a tough spot, and the Blue Sox have their first lead of the series. It is 3-1 Blue Sox with the top third of the order due up for the Chiefs, right, guys, to try and start a comeback, right? Bova leading things off, swings at this one, and fouls it off for strike one. He was at the plate when Tyler Ferdinand was caught stealing to end the top of the second. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Chiefs. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Blue Sox. PFP, 1 down as OB comes off the mound to get Bova.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4, Miles Reed.
Just the 1 hit in that bottom of the second for the Blue Sox. Everything else got the runners going on walks, hit by pitch, a couple wild pitches, maybe a pass ball. I'll have to get confirmation on the scoring from Bruce. That bounces to the plate for ball 1 to Miles. Charlie Walsh with the only hit. Drove in Bosland, and that was the only RBI of the inning. Costello ending that inning with his second G4. And this will be downstairs for ball 2. 2-0 to Reed. Juba to follow. Anyone gets on. Hector Peo. OB delivers the 2-0. 3-0. 1 out already. We already saw Teddy try to lay 1 down when Reed was already aboard in the first. I don't know if he'll try to do the same here. That's on the outside edge, 3-1. And eventually doubled him over to third, and then Peo with the ground out that brought him home. Well, Reed will reach for the second time, and we'll see if it'll be same song, second verse for the Chiefs here to try and cut into this deficit. Teddy with a double his first time up. Pickoff attempt. No tag applied. Strike taken all the way by Teddy. It is 0-1. Mentioned Teddy being one of the toughest outs in the history of the Boston Amateur Baseball circuit. Career OBP of 507 in the regular season dating back to 2008 in this very intercity league with the Cassell Club. 1-1 is the count. Oh, excuse me, 0-2 is the count. I foul off. Chop foul, we'll do it again. Teddy rapidly approaching the ICL career record for walks since 2006, and he's only played in 6 full seasons in the ICL, 3 with the Alabranians and 3 with the Chiefs, plus those 6 games with Cassell back in 08. Now has a little bloop single here to make it first and second for the cleanup man, Peo.
The third baseman, number 61, Hector Peo.
So Reed with a 1-out walk and Juba with his second base hit. And Peo, who drove in Reed with a ground out his first time up, has a chance, the power hitter, to maybe, plays his cards right, give the Chiefs the lead back. He took a tough strike call there for strike 1, was not happy with it. Smokes this one down the line. That is a foul ball, says Sam Finn, and Anthony Perry staring daggers into his soul after that call. It is 0-2. He's still hunched over, hands on his knees, thinking, are you sure? Oh, 0-2 to Peo. But in Sam Finn's own words, 2 years ago on LSP during the Park League Championship Series, he was sitting right next to me. What do we do when things don't work out? We can work through it, right? Well, let's see if Peo can work through this one. 0-2 would have brought home Reed for sure. That is in the dirt, and Miles is going to scamper back to first here, as a second rather, knowing what happened to first. Oh, and actually we may need a moment here because Dush is squatted down here on home plate, looking like something may be up. And Sway coming in, Rick coming out from the dugout, trying to make sure that Dushney is okay to continue. It's always hard to gauge some of these things and that look worse than they are or worse than they look. Looks like he's going to go. Just need a moment. Catch his breath. Catch his legs or sea legs back underneath him. And we'll continue on with a 1-2 count now to Hector Peo and the tying run at first, and Peo representing the go-ahead run at the plate. Here it is, 1-2, high for ball 2 to even the count. Game 1 of the ICL Championship Series, best of 5. The Blue Sox and the Chiefs meeting in the finals for the first time in 8 years. Chiefs looking to make it back-to-back. 2-2. Fouled off. Blue Sox looking to return to the throne. First time since 2021. Would officially be 17-time Intercity League champions. Blue Sox with 16 ICL titles plus the Pete Frady's Dave Ahern Cup. After when the 2020 ICL season was canceled due to the COVID pandemic. 2-2 is the count to Peo. Into right center field on his horse is Costello. He's not going to get it. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. Reed is going to score easily. Juba is going to get the stop sign at third. RBI double for Peo. It is 3-2. Second RBI of the ball game for Peo. He's driven in both Chiefs runs. And stoppage for a moment. Conference for Pat McGowan and the entire Blue Sox infield, with now the tying run 90 feet away and the go-ahead run in scoring position for former Blue Sox Mitch Schroeder. So Peo drives in Reed for the second time. And Schroeder, with a chance to play the hits. 12 RBIs in 9 games of the regular season, or 1219 OPS.
Now batting the first baseman, number 39, Mitchell Schroeder.
On top of that, in 7 at-bats in the semis, Mitch with a 1403 OPS. 2 hits, both which came in game 3. He's behind now 0-1 after fouling that one off. Four hits now for the Chiefs and trying to reclaim the lead. Ground to the left side. It's through for a base hit. This game is tied, and Peo will hold at third. And Rick DeAngelis, after Obi could not get Schroeder out, he has seen enough so shortly after McGowan's conference. That is it tonight for Michael O'Brien. Runners at the corners. 1 down. We are back to where we started, and a pitching change forthcoming for the Lexington Blue Sox. Well, how bad do the Blue Sox want it? I'm going to turn to Chris want it to find out. We are tied at 3 in inning number 3. The go-ahead run 90 feet away for the Chiefs. Want it in the regular season, made 8 appearances, was 3-1-1 with a 1.62 ERA and allowed 24 hits and 8 runs, 7 which were earned, with 2 walks and 24 Ks to 3 hit batters in 30 and 3rd innings.
Number 25, Byron Woodman.
Pitched 3 innings against the Chiefs in the suspended game. Allowed 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 3 Ks. In game 3 against the Expos, got a no decision, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. No walks, 3 Ks, and even surrendered a home run. Vroom, vroom, darling, as someone decides to make their presence known with their motorbike. It is 1-0, the count to Byron Woodman. With Schroeder at first and Peo at third. Wanna get strike 1 there, 1-1. And let's be honest, it's a tight game, has been throughout, but you would expect nothing less from these two teams. A little grounder charged by Jimenez. Only play will be to first. And the Chiefs reclaim the lead as Peo scores it from third. Woodman out 5-3, and it is 4-3 Chiefs.
The shortstop, number 44, Nate Witkowski.
Woodman with the RBI ground out. Schroeder now at second. Here is Witkowski taking ball one. Witkowski struck out swinging his first time up. And won it, gonna step off with Schroeder. And a little too aggressive over there for the Blue Sox, linking it seems. So that run charged to O'Brien. Schroeder also the responsibility of OB. And a swing and a miss for strike one. 2 1/3 innings for OB. Give his final line a little bit. Here's a flare into right field. That's down for a base hit. Throw cut off by Sway, and that will hold Schroeder at third. Witkowski with his first hit of the ball game. The inning continues with runners at the corners again.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Tyler Ferdinand.
Tyler Ferdinand drew a walk his first time up, but was caught stealing to end the top of the second. Strike one to Tyler. 3 runs home this inning on 4 hits for the Chiefs. To 4 runs now on 6 hits. High for a ball with a fastball, 1-1. Blue Sox getting their 3 runs, just 2 hits total. Those 3 runs coming on 1 hit and 2 walks and a hit batsman in the second. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. With the arm dangling, Wannett looks at first and comes set. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. But the Chiefs reclaim the lead with 3 runs on 4 hits and leave 2 through 2.5 for 3. Andre. Anderson Jimenez to lead things off here in the bottom of the third.
Leading off the third baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
Jimenez 1 for 1 with a single so far, one of only 2 hits for the Blue Sox. With the command issues, 2 walks, a hit batsman, and a handful of wild pitches that brought home the Blue Sox 3 runs in the bottom of the second, but Chiefs answer back and reclaim a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom half of the third. Reed delivers, and a swing and a miss by AJ for strike 1. Jimenez, Leonard, and Alvarez do up, and if anyone gets on, Bosland. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Blue Sox. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 4 left for the Chiefs. Here's a fly ball off the end of the bat into shallow right field in the Bermuda Triangle. That's down for a base hit, and Jimenez has a leadoff single. He's 2 for 2. But why? That is my question every time someone says it's a line drive in the scorebook. It's not a line drive at all. Have baseball scorers not been able to, like, reclassify stuff like that? Anyways, here is Ben Leonard. Swings the first one. Peo to second for one. Not in time, despite the fine effort by Schroeder. And even the double clutch by Peo at the beginning of that play cost them the double play. But they do get the lead runner in Jimenez, and Leonard is aboard on a fielder's choice for the second consecutive time.
The designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
So here's Jules. Well, Jimenez singles and is retired on a fielder's choice, and Leonard reaches. Leonard stole a base last time this happened. Hanging the first. Nothing there. Up and in, and it is ball one. Alvarez struck out swing his first time up to end the bottom of the first. Book is closed on Michael O'Brien. 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 Ks. Here's a fly ball into right field that is caught for out number 2 by Joe Bova. No Juan Parra in the lineup tonight for the Chiefs. He only played in game 1 of the semifinals.
The right fielder, number 29, Justin Bosland.
Parra only played in 8 games in the regular season, as a matter of fact, but was very good in those 8 games. 1356 OPS. Throw back to first, and back safely is Leonard. So Alvarez is 0 for 2, and here's Boz, who walked and scored the Blue Sox first run of the ball game back in the second inning. Takes the ball up and away, 1-0. Runner goes, pitches outside, throw down to second, one hop, not nearly in time, kicks away from Reed after getting past Witkowski, but no further advance by Leonard, and he has his second stolen base of the ball game. Now, time called. Leonard was a little slow to get up, but back into it. So Leonard 0 for 2 with 2 steals, his first 2 plate appearances. Go figure. So the tying run in scoring position for Boz. And it'll be a ball. 4-3 our score. Chiefs in front. Answering a 3-run bottom of the second by the Blue Sox with a 3-run top of the third to head back out in front after scoring first run of the game in the top of the first. That's a ball. Whoa. The direction that Boz threw his bat after that got away from Juba. A little dangerous there. A wild pitch puts Leonard at third, and Bosland reaches on the walk. So it'll be runners at the corners for Dirty Dom.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 22, Dom Gabardi.
Gabardi struck out his first time up. Really is amazing what we've seen. 3 of the first 5 batters in the Blue Sox lineup have almost the identical result their first 2 plate appearances, or sometimes exactly identical. Costello, a couple groundouts to second. Jimenez with a couple of singles as Boz takes off for second uncontested. count is 1-1, but now the go-ahead run in scoring position for Dom. Man's with a couple of singles, but then retiring on fielder's choice. Leonard reaching on those fielder's choice, and then stealing second. Alvarez 0 for 2, and now Bosland with a couple of walks. Gabardi hoping for a better result than his first plate appearance. Strikeout. Fly ball into left center field, and that will be caught for out number 3. And the inning is over as Valdario hauls it in, and the Blue Sox leave 2 in scoring position. We're through 3, 4-3 Andre. So after hauling in that fly ball to end the Blue Sox threat in the bottom of the third, Nick Valdario will lead things off for the Chiefs in the top of the fourth. Chris wanted back out there for the Blue Sox on the mound. Be Valdario, Bova, and Reed. If anyone gets on, Thaddeus. Valdario, first pitch, fouls it off, strike 1. Valdario flew out to right his first time up in the second inning. One winds and delivers, and that'll be a swing and a miss, 0-2. 4 runs on 6 hits with no errors and 4 left for the Chiefs. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors and 4 left for the Blue Sox. Here's a grounder to second. Dillon's got it on to first to beat the speedy Valdario by a step for out number 1. Lineup turns over for Bova, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a ground out to the pitcher. No errors by either side tonight, and we talked about one of the things that has hampered Silas Reed's outings this season, despite the fine stats overall, or the fact that he allowed 8 unearned runs. Here's a line drive right off of one. It's arm scooped up by Dylan Walsh, who gets it on to first for your standard issue 1-4-3 putout. And now the Blue Sox attention turns to Juan to make sure he's okay, make sure it won't be too much swelling. That was his throwing arm, too. It looked like it hit off of to make sure he's good to go. But he's no concern shown by the Blue Sox dugout. He's ready to go and get the Blue Sox offense back up at bat. He's got to deal with Miles Reed now. So tough break there for Bova as he's now 0 for 3 at the top of the lineup. Here's a guy who was not 0 for. Miles Reed, 1 for 1, a single, a walk, and a couple of runs scored. And bounces to the plate and then to the backstop for ball 1. But as I was saying, Silas Reed, 8 unearned runs allowed in his work in the regular season. Tonight, the command issues in the second inning cost him in the end, but no unearned runs in that process. And that can happen when you have some issues with walks and Wild pitches, hit batsmen, etc. 2-1. Defense has been sound for both teams. Here's a fly ball by Reed in the left center field, and it will be Costello making the catch for the first 1-2-3 inning of the night. For either side, we are halfway home, 4-3 Chiefs.
Leading off for the Blue Sox, the first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano.
Feliciano, Walsh, and Walsh to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth. Chris Wannett pitching the Blue Sox for the first 1-2-3 inning for either side in the top half. And let's see if Feliciano Company can reward his efforts here in the bottom half. Swings at the first pitch. How to play. I was going to say, well, he swung at that. It looked like he was going to hang up there for a while, but got out of play quicker than I might have expected. So, what are you doing?
I don't know. It does it sometimes. You can just
Does it, though? 0-1. You trying to get me copyright strikes, man? 0-1 is the count to Sway, who takes a strike. 0-2. Sway hit by a pitch and scored a run on a wild pitch back in the second. Grounder to the left side. Peyo's got it on to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4, Dylan Walsh.
So for the second time in 4 innings, Reed able to get the leadoff man. The Blue Sox have retired the Chiefs' leadoff man in all 4 innings. Here's Dylan. Take strike 1 down the pipe. Drew Watkins scored his first time up. One and one. Bottom of the fourth. Hour 19 minutes into this game, but that bottom of the second and top of the third, in which 6 runs were scored in that span. Slows down a little bit, but it's been smooth sailing for the most part for both pitchers, apart from both teams' pitchers, apart from that. Although the 3 runs in the top of the third by the Chiefs were enough to chase Blue Sox starter Michael O'Brien after just 2 1/3. Dylan Walsh with a little fly ball into shallow center, but Valdario able to track that one down for out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 11, Charlie Walsh.
So it'll be up to Charlie Walsh to try and keep the line moving. Avoid the Blue Sox first 1-2-3 inning of the game. RBI single his first time up. That played at Bosland. 1-0 is the count to Charlie. Two and 0. You think the Blue Sox and the Chiefs, and you think the championship series at Morelli Field. Reference it a number of times in the semifinals against the Expos, but really, how can you not? It was maybe the greatest game in the Interstate League or any league. Game 3 of the 2015 championship series. Game that spread out over basically the course of 4 days. It'll be 3-1 to Charlie. Chuck Andre, after the game, came up to the Blue Sox as we were celebrating, and he told us, guys, that was, basically echoed my sentiment that this was one of the greatest games he'd ever seen, and he compared it to a heavyweight title fight. And a swing and a miss. Great job by Silas Reed to battle back from 3-0 down and retire the side in order. So both teams go 1-2-3 in the fourth. And that just further illustrates the point I'm trying to make and that Chuck Andre made after Game 3, and that game was a heavyweight fight with every team throwing counterpunch after counterpunch, answering the bell, answering everything that the other team threw at them, and it was a classic. And these teams answering each other's haymakers every time here in the early going in Game 1 on this best of 5 ICL Championship Series. Chiefs looking to make it back-to-back ships, and the Blue Sox looking to win their first in 3 years. Schuber to lead things off here in the top of the fifth. Heart of the order due up for the Chiefs. Schuber, Peo, and Schroeder. 1-0 is the count to Teddy, who is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Fouled off. 1-1. Other night, Teddy had 3 hits and win against Melrose. And I'm like, if he's going to get on base 3 times in a game, it's usually via the walk. And it's like, 3 hits? Who are you, Wade Boggs? Rip. He earned his chicken and Miller Lights that night. All 173 of them, or however many he drank on that cross-country flight, made legendary by that one College Game Day sign and that one episode of It's Always Sunny. Speaking of 3 hits, a little simple bloop down the line for Teddy's 3rd hit of the ball game. 3 for 3. Who is this guy anyways? That's not Teddy. That's not the Teddy I know. Teddy I know would be 0 for 0 with 4 walks. Yes, and even 3 plate appearances. Here's Peo. 1 for 2 with a couple of ribbies. One coming on a ground out to short, and another coming on a double, and then he eventually came around to score what is right now the game-winning run, if it stands, for the Chiefs back in that 3-run third. Down away for ball one, and Teddy getting on, by the way, is the first time the Chiefs have gotten the leadoff man on tonight. Bova struck out looking to begin the first. Witkowski struck out swinging to begin the second. Bova with a 1-3 ground out in the third, and Valdario with a ground out to second in the fourth. But Teddy putting the pressure on early here with his third base hit of the night. That's in there for a strike. 2-1 to Peo. It's the seventh hit of the night for the Chiefs. Blue Sox sitting on just 3. 1 in each of the first 3 innings. We have foul ball. Count will be 2-2. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 4 left for the Blue Sox. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 4 left for the Chiefs. Schroeder due up after Peo. And Dush out for a quick word with Wannett. We're going to see what happens with the 2-2. To another in the long line of slugging Andre Chief's third baseman. Wannett comes set, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Off speed. Gets Peo off balance there. He is 1 for 3. Second K for Wannett. 4th K overall for Blue Sox pitchers tonight. And here is Schroeder. 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI single. High for ball 1 to Mitch. Schroeder into left field towards the corner, and that will be caught. Gabardi hauls it in for out number 2. Not strong enough off the bat. Did sound like he got under it a bit too much, but you never know. Even as it cools off here in the late summer. 69 degrees right now. Nice. You never know if those things will carry eventually or just bloop down and land when you don't expect him as a fielder. Gabardi able to haul that one in, and it was 2 down now, and that'll be strike 1 to Byron Woodman. So Schroeder's retired for the first time. He's 1 for 2, and here's Woodman, who is 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice, a 5-3 ground out, and an RBI. Grounder to the left side, takes a bloodbath of a hop into left field for a base hit. Over the head of Jimenez, who otherwise had it played perfectly, and fix your divots, I don't know. Woodman reaches for the first time. Keeps the line moving for Nate Witkowski. Nate 1 for 2, strikeout in the second, and a single in the third. Just outside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count to the Chiefs shortstop. Juba at second, Woodman at first. 1-1. Back pick attempt at first base, not in time, but it is 1-2 to Witkowski. 4-3 score here on the top of the fifth. Game 1 of the ICL Championship Series. Count is now 2-2. Chiefs getting 1 run in the first. Blue Sox taking a 3-1 lead in the second, but the Chiefs answering with 3 in the third. That's where we stand to this point. Full count. Runners will be off with Tyler Ferdinand due up next. Can Witkowski cash in, or can Want get out of it? Downstairs, the bases are loaded. Time called. Pat McGowan coming out to have a word with Want and Feliciano and Dushney and AJ and the rest of the Blue Sox infield. So Witkowski picks up the walk to load the bases. Zuba's single leading off the inning. Looked like Want might get out of this without much trouble, but again, the troubles that the Blue Sox have had as the season has worn on, putting away batters with 2 outs and 2 strikes, letting them hang around and allowing the opposing side to prolong the inning, and especially playoff baseball. It's a war of attrition. Every extra pitch you throw can open up just a little bit more of a door for your opposition. That's fouled off for strike 1 by Ferdinand. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout swinging. Was caught stealing to end the second after walking with 1 out. Bases full of Chiefs, 2 down, and that's in there for strike 2. And the hardest thing to watch about, Blue Sox pitchers struggling to finish off innings is that it often happens with the guys at the bottom of the order. Fouled off. The guys who, generally speaking, aren't the ones in the lineup you really need to worry about. Of course, not all 7, 8, and 9 hitters are created equal, but not everyone can be Jorge Posada at the bottom of the 2004 Yankees lineup. But a swing and a miss by Ferdinand, and maybe stranding 3 runners there will be the boost that the Blue Sox need, as it is still 4-3 Chiefs after 4.5. 10-1-2 due up for the Blue Sox here in the bottom of fifth. Dushney, Costello, and Jimenez. Swing and a miss for strike one by Dush, who struck out swinging his first time up in the second. Chiefs leaving the bases loaded and unable to score in the top half, but Reed trying to buckle down and get the Chiefs to a Game 1 win in this best of 5 Intercity League Championship Series. 0-2 the count to Dush. Will be followed by Costello and Jimenez. Down away for ball one. Off the end of the bat to foul territory, and that'll get out of play. 3 different Chiefs going up there, up against the fence, and trying to see if they can make a catch, and not even close. Remains 1-2 to Max Dushney. Silas Reed settling in. And winds and delivers. Got him. 1 up, 1 down. 5th strikeout for Silas. Dushney now 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Speaking of a guy with identical results in his first 2 plate appearances, Costello, a couple of groundouts to second. Try and butt his way on. Nice job by Reed. Fires on to first, 2 down. That's the way you want to go with a righty. Well, it's more likely to fall off towards the first base side, but Reed pouncing on that one, and he's got 2 up, 2 down. He's now retired 6 in a row, and here's Jimenez getting into a groove at the right time. That is outside for ball one. In the top of the 6th, the Chiefs will have Valdario, Bova, and Miles Reed due up, 9-1-2. Jimenez trying to make it a 3 for 3 night. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, but then promptly retired on fielder's choices off the bat of the man on deck, Ben Leonard. Check swing, and it is 2-0. Maybe? Nope. 2-0. Peel down to first, and unsuccessful. 2 down, 2-0 with 2 down to Jimenez. Fouls that one off, 2-1. What I was going to say earlier, before his single in his first plate appearance, Jimenez 317 average on the season, but 12 hits in his final 8 games. Even in the count now, 2-2. Silas Reed looking for another 1, 2, 3 inning. He's already retired 6 in a row. Can he make it 7? Fouled off. Do it again at 2-2. Even for a righty, Peo's a bit off the line over there at third base. Maybe some room if Jimenez can pull one. Bounces to the plate, and the count will be full. Can Jimenez keep the line moving, or, again, will it be 7 in a row retired by Silas Reed? Payoff pitch. Grounder to the left side. Witkowski's got it on to first. 3 up, 3 down for the second consecutive inning for Silas Reed and the Andre Chiefs, who lead 4-3 after 5.
sounds bad. I know it does. But like, Kayla's not gonna be there, so it's gonna be miserable. Like, I'm not here. That makes sense. So I don't know where to draw the line. Also, like, if we're the only two not there, like, are they gonna play?
Now batting the right fielder, number 3, Joe Bova.
I feel like it's either everyone up.
Rock and fire, buddy, rock and fire.
So that's the only thing is like complete up. Really don't want to do cross but like I know. She texted me because I had to pretend to Ask for her advice.
Boy, boy, boy.
That's what I said. Go to the car store.
The second baseman, number 4, Miles Reed.
Well, David was snapping her pictures and putting.
Hope you fine, folks. Enjoyed the sounds of the game. While I had to get some water to moisten up the pipes over here. That came out so wrong. I'm sorry. 1-1 the count for Miles Reed. 1 for 2 tonight. Couple runs scored. Fouls this one off. Sway giving a look, but is out of play. 1-2. Valdario with the ground out to second, and Bova striking out swinging. So Bova 0 for 4 at the top of the lineup for the Chiefs, and Chris Wannett gonna keep this a 1-run game. Oh, blooper down the line and right. That is a fair ball. Little stumble there by Spida, but he's going to get back to first with a 2-out single, his second hit of the ball game, to keep the inning alive for Teddy Juba. Rick D'Angelo stepping out of the dugout for a moment, just pacing a bit maybe to so he can buy some time. And then Ryan O'Rourke out there to talk to Chris and Dush and see how they will attack Teddy, who tonight is 3 for 3. Those are, in fact, hits, not walks. Double and a couple of singles, plus a run scored. That run he scored was the tying run back in the third. And Rick D'Angelo's having a quick word with Sammy Finn in the process. And says that's enough. Chop, chop. And Sammy's still talking to Rhino as he makes his way to the dugout there on the third base side. So here is Juba looking to make it 4 for 4.
Now batting for the Chiefs, the catcher, number 69, Teddy Juba.
And Reed with good speed over there at first could run. Chiefs would love to have an insurance run. He's not even going to have to attempt a stolen base. That pops out of Dush's mitt and allows Reed to get to second. 1-0 is the count. Getting Juba with a double and a couple of singles, and Sway with a quick word, and they are now going to put Teddy on. There's the Teddy Juba we all know and love.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 61, Hector Peo.
So Juba 3 for 3 plus an intentional walk, and that'll be up to Peo, who has 2 RBIs tonight. 1 for 3. Struck out swinging his last time. Swings at the first one, knocked down by Wannett. Check out the abuse he's taken tonight, and he still gets the out to retire the side. Get that man an ice bath. Let's see if the Blue Sox can wake up the bats, going to the bottom of the 6th, still up 4-3. Three, 4, and 5 of the Blue Sox order due up here in the bottom of the 6th. Silas Reed back out there for his 6th inning of work. Ben Leonard to lead things off, 0 for 2, reaching a couple of fielder's choices and stolen a couple of bases. That is outside for ball 1 to Leonard. Reed has retired 7 in a row. Fouled off for strike 1. Last base runner for the Blue Sox, Justin Bosland, with 2 outs in the 3rd inning, drew a walk and then stole second, but was stranded there. 2-1 is the count to Leonard, who will be followed by Alvarez and Bosland. And if anyone gets on, Dom Gabardi. Fouled into the screen, 2-2. Chiefs got a run in the top of the 1st. Blue Sox with 3 runs on just 1 hit. In the bottom of the 2nd, Chiefs answered right back in the top of the 3rd with 3 runs of their own. And the scores remained that way since. The Blue Sox with only 3 hits, 1 in each of the first 3 innings. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Six Ks now for Reed. Leonard's 0 for 3. No stolen base coming out of that one. Here's Alvarez. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout to right. Speaking of right field, this one's into right field, and that will be caught for out number 2. Laying out Bova to make it 9 in a row now, retired by Silas Reed.
The right fielder, number 29, Justin Bosland.
Bloop hit down the right field line, but Bova keeps Alvarez off base, and that'll be Boz. Swings the first pitch, grounds it to second. Miles Reed on to first, 10 in a row, retired by Silas Reed, and he has the Chiefs 3 defensive outs away from a 1-0 lead in this best-of-5 ICL Championship Series as we go to the 7th. 4-3, Andre.
The first baseman, number 39, Mitchell Schroeder.
Chris Wannett back out there for inning number 7. And he will face Schroeder, Woodman, and Witkowski. Schroeder 1 for 2 with a walk, an RBI single, and a fly out to left. And he is behind 0-1. One and one is the count. All 4 runs assessed to the Blue Sox starter, Michael O'Brien, who only went the first 2 1/3. Schroeder out in front of that one, 1-2. It's been Wannett for the 3 2/3 since. He's allowed 4 hits and a couple of walks in that time frame. 2-2. One of those walks was intentional. It was to Teddy Juba with 2 down in the 6th. After ball 1 had gotten away from Dushny and allowed Reed to get to second. But now it is 3-2 to Schroeder. Again out in front. Count remains full. Liner into right and down in front of Boslin for a base hit. Only the second time tonight that the Chiefs have had the leadoff man aboard.
The designated hitter, number 25, Byron Woodman.
So Schroeder against his former clubs now 2 for 3 with a walk. Pickoff attempt and back safely is Schroeder. Woodman 1 for 3. Fielder's choice, RBI ground out, and a single. 1-0 is the count to the Chiefs DH. Nine hits, now 10 hits on the night for the Chiefs. 2-0. There is action behind Wannett. Remember that he's on 3 days rest. He pitched Friday in Game 3 against the Expos. He's already gotten through 3 2/3 without allowing another run, but he may be nearing the end of his rope here. Does get strike one in there. 2-1. Here's a count to Woodman. Every Chiefs starter has reached base at least once tonight, except the leadoff man Bova and the number 9 hitter Valdario. And out is 3-2 to Woodman. Only one of the intervening hitters without a hit is Ferdinand, but he did have a walk back in the second. Struck out twice in addition to that. Lay on the fastball, fouled off, remains 3-2. Want it, we'll have nothing more than a 2-ball right now. Because Woodman gets on. Talked earlier about the hitters in the bottom of the Chiefs' order being speed demons who can handle the bat that's fouled off the other way. Can lay one down, or they can rip a line drive and bring home an insurance run, and you don't want to take any chances there. Even if you don't get a double play, you want to get at least one here. You do not want first and second. Nobody out. With Witkowski, Ferdinand, and Valdario coming up next. What a battle here by Woodman. Playoff baseball, baby. 3-2 again. Grounder to the right side. Will probably only get one. Slowed down brutally so as Dylan charged it, but did get the out at first. But Schroeder gets into scoring position now.
The shortstop, number 44, Nate Witkowski.
We have already seen the Blue Sox get punished by the infield grass once on a bloodbath of a hop over on the left side that got over Jimenez into left field for a base hit. Now with one out now, reduces the likelihood of Witkowski dropping one down. He's going to swing, fly it into center field, backpedaling quite a bit here. Costello does make the catch and will throw it back to third. And, oh, my God, I don't know. I think Schroeder might have left a little early. I think Rick DeAngelis is coming out to let his guys know that. It looked like it from here. I think that's what Rick is asking, and I think that's what he's trying to tell his guys. And here's the appeal to second. All right, just a little bit of administration here for
The left fielder, number 7.
for the appeal, I guess. Want it. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Safe. Oh, so he did tag in time, and Rick DeAngelis not happy about that. And in the end, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have VAR at this level. So Schroeder is 90 feet away, and here's Ferdinand. Outside for ball one. In the bottom of the 7th, Gabardi, Feliciano, and Dylan Walsh due up for the Blue Sox. Oof. 2-0. Lined into left field for a base hit and a huge insurance run for the Andre Chiefs. Tyler Ferdinand drives home Mitchell Schroeder.
Now batting the center fielder, number 98, Nick Valdario.
Well, you let the leadoff man reach, and that underscores how important it is to get him on in a close game. Puts more pressure on the pitcher earlier in the inning. After that appeal on the tag by Schroeder did not go the Blue Sox way. The inning continues for Valdario, who fouls this one off for strike one. And that makes the job that much more difficult for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the seventh. Will it be Silas Reed trying to finish what he started? Or will they bring in someone like Frisoli to try and shut the door with a fresh arm? There's a base hit the other way into right. And Ferdinand gets into third easily. Runners at the corners with two down. Dushney, Feliciano coming in to reassure Wanted, but now the lineup turns over for Bova. And Rick D'Angelo's coming out. It's going to be a change. Valdario, who was 0 for 3 to that point, with a clutch single to keep the inning alive after Ferdinand, who was 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, singled home the insurance run. And that is going to do it for Chris Wanted on 3 days rest. He goes 4 1/3, but gives up a crucial insurance run for the Chiefs. It is still responsible for the 2 runners on base as we have a pitching change here at Morelli. Well, that's the beauty of player coaches. Hey, why wasn't he out there when Ryan went out to have a conversation the last time they had one? And, well, there's your reason. Pat McGowan went out to the bullpen to warm up, and now he needs to prevent this dam from bursting. 2 down with runners at the corners, and the leadoff man, Joe Bova, who is due, awaits him. McGowan only played in 3 games in the regular season and was 2-0 in those appearances. Did not allow a run or a hit in 4 2/3 innings with 1 walk and 7 Ks. Last pitched against the Bulldogs on July 29th. 1 inning of work in that one. It is 1-0 to Bova, who was looking to get off the schneid. 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts and a couple of groundouts. Both to the pitcher, those groundouts. The pitcher really stymieing Bova. That he went around, says Sam Finn. So that'll be a strike. DI on Valdario taking second there. It is 1-1. Fouled off and will be 1-2. Last year, McGowan pitched in 9 games in the regular season, was 3-2 with a 3.39 ERA and 20 2/3 innings. This is his first appearance for the Blue Sox in the postseason. Down and away, and the count is 2-2. Miles Reed due up next. This game potentially at the point of no return for the Blue Sox. If McGowan can't finish off Bova. Fouled off. Already hard enough after the 2-out RBI single by Tyler Ferdinand. After Schroeder reached on a single to begin the inning and then tagged from second to third on a fly ball to center by Witkowski. Looked from here like he left early. The appeal was unsuccessful. Ferdinand plated him. Strike 3 called and the inning is over. Bova 0 for 5 with 3 Ks, but the Chiefs got what they wanted out of this inning. An insurance run, and they are 3 defensive outs away from a 1-0 lead in this best of 5 championship series, and Silas Reed is at least going to start the bottom of the 7th, hoping to finish what he started. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th. The Blue Sox need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Dom Gabardi to lead things off. Again, Silas Reed back out there to try and finish what he started. And Dom is behind 0-1. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout to center. And he's behind in this at-bat, 0-2. The Blue Sox have not had a hit since Jimenez led off the 3rd with a single. They have not had a base runner since Bosland walked with 2 outs in that same 3rd inning. It has been 10 in a row retired by Reed. 2-2. And it is not like the Blue Sox have gone down quietly in these at-bats, but they have been unable to find the crack in Reed's armor, and tied up high and inside for strike 3 is Gabardi.
The first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano.
7th strikeout for Reed, 2nd of Gabardi. And the Chiefs, who if they don't know Sway that well, they have Shuba who does, anticipating maybe a bunt. Sway not happy with that strike 1 call. The count is 1-1. He is 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch his first time. Hits this one to left field for a base hit. Breaks up A string of 11 straight retired by Silas Reed. And we are going to have a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Mrs. Vander Zouwen's baby boy. Hang on. Oh. Oh, she's right here. Go, I'll say it again.
Batting for the Blue Sox, pinch hitter number 46, David Vander Zouwen.
So Vander Zouwen is pinch hitting here. And we also have a pinch runner at first for Feliciano. Jake Zawatsky, another AP kid. A swing and a miss. So Zawatsky pinch running for Feliciano. And David Vander Zouwen pinch hitting for Dylan Walsh. Fouled off, 1-2. Well, that wasn't mine. Got Zawatsky, yep. 1-2 is the count to Vander Zouwen. Fouled off, hanging in there. The at-bats themselves, it's not like, they're going down on 3 pitches or anything, but can't help but feel that way. Moral victories, unfortunately, don't end up in the official win-loss column. 11 in a row retired before Feliciano's single just now. Zawatsky running for him at first. 1-2 to Vander Zouwen. Got him! 2 down. And Charlie Walsh will be the last chance for the Blue Sox tonight. Charlie 1 for 2. Has the only RBI tonight for the Blue Sox, the single back in the second. That's downstairs. Maybe a late read by Zawatsky, but also Teddy keeping a close eye on the ball, keeping it in front of him to make sure he didn't try anything funny in his 1-0. But again, Charlie with the only RBI tonight for the Blue Sox. The other 2 runs for the Blue Sox in that second inning scored on wild pitches. Those command issues that Reed had in that second inning are far away a thought right now. 2-0 to Charlie Walsh. And Sway going back out to first base as the coach now, relieving Andrew Salima of his duties. Reed comes set. And the 2-0. Taken for a strike, 2-1. Even on normal rest. 120-odd pitches by Shaw in Game 1 of the semifinals. The fatigue was evident. In Game 4, the Blue Sox made him pay and eliminated the Expos. Reed trying to finish this one off, 2-2. A little grounder to second, Miles on to first. Safe! He said Schroeder was off the bag, and now the runner's going for third, and they didn't see it. It is runners at the corners. Wow. So Zawatsky to third, heads up base running there. We got another pinch hitter, and that's going to be Salima. Andrew Salima is going to pinch hit for Max Dushney. Strike 1 called. Salima, 4 of 20 in the regular season, comes up empty, and the Blue Sox again down to their final strike. Double and 5 RBIs. And did not have a plate appearance in the semis against the Expos. 0-2. Runner goes. The pitch is high for a ball. DI will put Walsh in scoring position, but put the tying run there as well. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the ball game is over. A changeup finishes off Andrew Salima and the Blue Sox. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Silas Reed for the complete game victory. The Blue Sox strand the tying run in scoring position, and the Chiefs win Game 1 of this best-of-5 ICL Championship Series, 5-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion of 7 full innings of play of Game 1. It's the Andre Chiefs defeating the Lexington Blue Sox by a final score of 5-3. Please remember to take your trash with you to the nearest receptacle and plan on joining us back here tomorrow evening at Morelli Field for Game number 2 between the Andre Chiefs and the Lexington Blue Sox. The Intercity League thanks you for your participation and presence here tonight. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Good night.
The final totals for the Andre Chiefs: 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 1 error probably on that last play with the throw, I guess, getting Schroeder off the bag, and 11 left for the Blue Sox. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 6 left. And Silas Reed goes the distance, 7 innings, 9 Ks. And if it weren't for that one hiccup in the second inning, in which the Blue Sox got their one and only lead of this ball game, he would have had a CGSO. But the Chiefs will take the win any way they can get it. He hangs on, clutches up at the end of the ball game, ends up retiring 11 in a row before Feliciano's single with 1 out in this bottom of the 7th, and strands the potential tying run in scoring position with a strikeout of Andrew Salima to finish off this ball game. And whether you're a Blue Sox fan, a Chiefs fan, or a fan of any other team in the Intercity League or any league, you hope that Game 2 and every other game the rest of the way will be just as exciting and competitive as this one. Blue Sox will have to dust themselves off and get ready for Game 2 tomorrow night, first pitch at 8 o'clock. Chiefs will be the home team in that game. All games, first pitch, 8 o'clock here at Morelli Field in this series, with Game 2 tomorrow night, Game 3 Thursday, Game 4 and 5, if necessary, Friday and Sunday, respectively. So thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Don't forget to support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League all season long by liking, sharing, and subscribing to this here YouTube channel, and visiting intercityleaguebaseball.com and following us on the Burb, the Book, and the Gram. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for first pitch of Game 2 of the 2024 Intercity League Championship Series from Morelli Field in Melrose. Once again, the final score, the Andre Chiefs 5, the Lexington Blue Sox 3, and the Chiefs take a 1-0 lead. This is best of 5 ICL Championship Series. For all my ready friends here at Morelli, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.